More and more are asking, what are these companies doing? Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan. Real quick before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to the subscribers so far. We're up to like 71. So please continue to share and like all the YouTuber stuff. I do appreciate it. Thank you. So today I want to talk about some brands and releases or pretty recent releases that I just can't really wrap my head around. So these couple releases I want to talk about, I have fairly negative thoughts on, but I would just consider it realistic. I don't really, I don't see the appeal, and I don't see what these brands are doing. Now, this may read as a what not to do to get sponsored. It may never get sponsored ever, so I'm just going to give it how it is, how I see it. So first, talking about Pentax, I have a soft spot in my heart for Pentax. I want them to do well. Every images I've seen from their cameras are extremely sharp. I think they're cool. I also have the Ricoh GR, so essentially the same company now. But Pentax continues to make it harder to defend them. Most people in the photography space will know that Pentax is working on a film project, a film camera, and they recently released another video detailing the project and announcing some more development with it. So the first Pentax film camera was not meant to be some premium line, but they are going with a point and shoot, and they're going with a half frame camera. Now they outlined all the reasons. You can go watch that video. It's cheaper. It's a vertical frame. That's what the younger kids are into, etc. My main complaint with this is that a bunch of brands have already done this for very cheap, and they've already made their kind of splash in the market and probably gotten everybody that's interested in that type of camera. For example, the Kodak Ektar H35 or the H35N. Those have been super successful. I gave my girlfriend one for Christmas. She loves it. And I think most people that would be into that have probably already gotten one of those, or, they don't see the need to wait for a Pentax version of it. You have Moment putting out a similar thing with their long weekend line and lomography. They just put out a 110 Lomomatic that looks cooler than most other point and shoots. I think this whole development cycle with Pentax and gradually releasing updates, it's just kind of taking too long for something that should be fairly easy to get to market or should already be fully developed before they go to announce something like this. This is a case where I think hyping it is going to hurt it ultimately. Now, I think film enthusiasts, which they will eventually go for, will be far more excited and likely to go for something like a revival of the LX series, K1000, or a Ricoh GR film body. That's going to be a different segment that is not necessarily as interested in the half frame cameras. To me, it makes more sense to appeal to that, especially when you have you're a legacy brand like Pentax. Go to a slightly more premium market. I know that's coming eventually, but that's just more exciting and different than making a cheap half frame camera. And then finally, on this small announcement, my 2 cents. If Pentax is going to be the Leica of the DSLR and SLR world, I think they should just focus on a premium SLR body, make it film and digital, and continue with the K1 line as a rugged line for outdoor shooters and astrophotography. Basically, the market that they've built up in the DSLR era. To me, that makes the most sense. It's the coolest thing they could do. Focus on the premium line, have the rugged line, that's basically it. All right, and one more recent release I wanted to discuss, and just kind of lump it together in this video, is the Sigma Fisheye 15 millimeter f1.4. And most importantly, who asked for this? This has to be the most niche, smallest target audience imaginable for $2,000. Now, obviously, Sigma can make all kinds of lenses. They're going to continue to release other lenses. This is not the last thing they're doing. But of all lenses to make, they chose to make this one. So they did this instead of which is kind of boring, even resurrecting like DSLR era glass that they haven't refreshed yet. There were some innovative lenses there that they could have updated for mirrorless, but they chose not to do that and make a $2,000 fisheye. I think I mentioned it before. One of the more innovative things they could do, or something that would be far more interesting, is leaf shutter lenses for the Sigma FP. I mean, that's your sole current camera line. It would make sense to offer that as an option, give people better flash sync, an actual shutter. And I do think part of what this highlights is Sigma really refusing to step on other manufacturers' toes. If they made finally a pancake lens for the camera they made 5 years ago, the FP, it might be too compelling compared to, say, a full frame compact from Sony or Lumix, which is likely coming. And then obviously the X100 series from Fujifilm. If you were to innovate and kind of push those boundaries, you'd be stepping on those toes and basically affect their market share, affect their revenue. And I think Sigma is unwilling to do that based on the partnerships they have, based on what they've carved out for themselves. Ultimately, I'd say for Sigma, the best value is when they were rising during the DSLR era. I do have a couple of those lenses, which I will go further in depth on the channel eventually. But that's the best value, in my opinion. They've kind of stagnated now, and I think this release, at least in a small way, highlights that and just kind of demonstrates that. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. A bit of a news day, just to kind of talk about some recent releases, recent news, kind of catching up. Just been busy with work. But I do appreciate everyone tuning in. As I said, hopefully we can get to maybe 100 subscribers by the next video. That'd be awesome to see. As always, do all the YouTuber stuff, and I appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next one. Later.